that shot giving me movie trailer right now. Somewhere in the city, a man fights for justice and all that right now. I don't know the rest of the trailer, but that's what it's giving right now.
Welcome back once again to Viridian County. I'm your host, Red Kool-Aid. On our last episode, we built our little small tourism district with the craft beer market and a little bit of commercial assets. The Applebee's was popping off. The Greyhound bus station, you see it right there. This episode, finally, guys, we're jumping the river. We did what we had to do last episode. We juiced our residential demand through the roof. Now it's time finally for us to build a big downtown that's worthy of Viridian County. It's got to be fire. So I'm going to start with it's sort of a diamond exit, but it's built off of a sunken highway. This sunken highway's been here since the first episode. I actually built it when I kind of went and changed the map a little bit. So this is going to be like a urban exit. It's going to be really tight, reminiscent of some of the things that are more in the northeastern parts of America. I'm going to use some of the retaining walls. I just downloaded these dope retaining walls, but as you can see, the whole sunken highway is lined with a walkable quay. So that gives me a little opportunities to put like some street filler, little things and assets to just make the city feel more alive. It doesn't have to just be, grass and lined with a bush. We can do something fancy. And we have the space to do this, finally. We have so much more space. I'm not going to lie, by the end of the episode, I realized I did do a good job at limiting how big this city was going to naturally be able to grow to be. It won't sprawl endlessly. It's going to be a smaller downtown, but it's going to be chunky. So, right now you can see I'm working with Move It to really get the exits tight as I can, and a little bit of node controller to try to get these exits really tight. It's important to me to not warp the ground too much. I don't like when the road gets all wiggly and weird looking. From the zoom out, you can see this is like a diamond interchange kind of. It's just really stretched out, and like I said, it doesn't have access road on both sides. Not this one. There will be another one of these down the river, and I'm actually gonna put some industrial on the other side of it, really close to the river. But this one right here, you can enter and exit from here, you can enter and exit from here, but if you need to travel in that opposite direction, you're gonna have to kind of go down our little main strip right there, and we'll put some residential and some commercial on that, make it look cool and lively. Maybe a little park in this thin space down here. I don't want to put too much. And you can see me still using Move It to kind of reset the quays to where they're tight. I don't want any space. I don't want any clipping. Just want it to look clean. There we go. Tuck that in. And I'm going to drag out some of the retaining walls that I downloaded. These are they're already grungy and kind of messed up looking, and I've been looking for these for a while, but I could never find them. So I'm gonna tuck these under. There we go. And I'm gonna drag my quays back, and the whole thing will be lined. You won't see any exposure, like the little rocks and stuff over. You won't see any of that by the time I'm done. And I really wanted to kind of take my time on at least one. I've seen a few other sunken highway exit kind of videos, but sometimes they move a little too fast. Sometimes it's just hard to see, how it came out the way it was. So with this one exit, I'm gonna take my time and show you kind of everything. The other one, I will build it, I'm gonna build it off camera. It won't even get used in this episode. We're not building that far down the river just yet. Also, I wanted to say I just hit 100 subscribers, and I want to thank everybody that subscribed. I remember when I had 5 subscribers, and I was like, if I can just get to 100. So I appreciate y'all. This is Viridian County. Now that I've used our planning roads to kind of mark out the bones of the network, some of it will change, but not a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and start to change all these over. This neighborhood over here, we're gonna save this for a future episode. It's gonna be like the projects, high rise, Queensbridge, baby. And we're gonna keep laying this stuff out, cleaning this up. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of decoration down here just cause I'm bored and it'll make it look nice. But yeah, it's not gonna be a big giant sprawling. I mean, if that's what y'all are expecting, y'all haven't been paying attention. We don't worry about sprawl, we worry about character. We just wanna build up some little enclaves of dopeness. Dragging our quay back. Oh, there we go. And I'm gonna mark out a few neighborhoods. We'll have Union Square with our train station. There'll be downtown. I'll have a small industrial district called Temple. Riverside is where the residential will be. And there's a district called Ferris. It's like just a couple of commercials. It's a little industrial too. I'm gonna use this, move it to grab, sorry y'all. Here we go. And we're gonna sync this whole part of the rail. I'm gonna line this with some of our new retaining walls, and I'm actually gonna put a really big asset over top of this, most of this. So it's gonna be kind of sunken on either end of a building. And we're gonna have to take our time trying to, this is gonna take like a long time. I don't know if I wanna do this on camera. I mean, how many retaining walls can y'all watch me lay? I might do a little section, but like I said, most of it won't be clean. It won't really matter because a giant building will be sitting on top of it and we'll clean up the parts that we need. Right now I'm laying down a rail line. This is like a passenger rail. I do end up turning it into a tunnel because I end up using a sunken train station. So it was unnecessary to leave that on the surface. There will be like a lot of time lapses in this episode. Also a lot of sped up footage just because I wanted to build a nice fat chunk of this downtown to get us started off on a good foot. I didn't want to build a little corner and stretch that out over 57 episodes. I don't have the patience for that. We got to get a fat chunk of this downtown done right now. So I'm going to lay out my rail line. I'm going to put down some service buildings and I'm going to tap back in. Right here in this funny little section is where we'll put our Union Station, and Union Station will be like a transport hub. It'll have a rail, but it will have our first subway, metro. We haven't used that in the city at all yet, so this is the first place where we'll have that, and there will be a small bus exchange just for a couple of places that maybe not big enough to have their own subway. But let's get back to the building stuff. Oh, what y'all thought we was gonna have like 5,000 skyscrapers packed all on top of each other or something? Never. This is Viridian County, boy. Spider-Man don't live nowhere around here. We gonna keep our skyline real cool, real low key. And we gonna check them angles. We gonna move some of these buildings around to make sure we ain't got no holes in the situation. But what we gonna do is make sure we have a nice crawl. I want the biggest buildings to stick out, but I do want the overall profile of the skyline to be chunky and strong and healthy. So we're gonna move some of these buildings around. I need to recolor that white one immediately.
I beg your pardon?
That is not racist. Let's lay out some more of our residential, shall we? Yeah, so there was zero chance I was gonna sit and make y'all watch me do that in anything close to real time. So we're gonna go ahead and attach up our passenger train line. And the way the routing worked, for some reason, it actually sends the train in like a circle, like a loop. It doesn't go straight back and forth to Sunset Park, stopping in Jackson and coming back to Union Station like I thought. It actually goes in kind of a loop, which is dope because the cinematics across that bridge are fire. I'm gonna lay out this little bus line just to get some of our people that are not on a bike path street or not gonna be on our subway street somewhere to go. You see all these folk moving in? Come on, y'all. So they listen to this downtown music right here. It's still funk, but it's like 80s. It's like Morris Day and Prince. They fancy down here. They be putting texturizer in their hair and wearing Steve Harvey suits. They don't want to go to the club. They want to go to the lounge. Like, no, I'm not wearing khakis to the club, fam. Your shoes are shiny right now. Let's go check out our little main avenue where we put our bus stops down. They got a couple people queued up. A couple folk going to work. My man on the corner, he telling it.
Yes, officer. They said they was gonna pull up on me with them sticks.
Yeah, we got everything rolling in front of the JJ Bean. Get out of here. So let's stick a morgue in this hospital. Let's just hide that in there right there for our death care. And right here next to this tunnel, or right here next to this set of tunnels, I should say, we're gonna put a recycling center, and that's a good spot because one of those tunnels feeds almost directly onto our little sunken highway road. So it's gonna get all across this part of the city. We're gonna lay out more residential. Y'all stay tuned. In the middle of all this madness, we actually managed to hit Capital City. I don't know what that means for us at this point. What do we get? Like some treatment stuff? Cool, that's cool. I'll take it. You know. But again, I've far exceeded the goals that I had for population. Now it's just keeping up with our RCI, so that's good. I already had all those squares, bro. I'm good. I'm Gucci. What else you got? Airport? I'm cool, bro. Nobody flies here. We don't like outsiders. Well, that's not a good thing to say. We shouldn't say we don't like outsiders, but let's just put it like this. Like, you can't just be popping up over here, bro, because, like, you know what I'm saying? Last time we saw you, you was with that dude, and we know him, but we don't know if you cool. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, come back when bro come back. You feel me? I know that may sound bad, but, like, again, Viridian County, we close-knit. We don't like interlopers and infiltrators. What we do like is these little small shops, these little commercial assets we're using right now. These are the times to use those. I remember when I was first playing this game, I couldn't figure out for the life of me, like, yo, who would use this little Starbucks? This is what I didn't know about tutorials, y'all. Don't blame me. Don't laugh at me in the comments, LOL and kikiing. I didn't know. So I would have one of these little assets just like sitting out somewhere. Like I didn't know you were supposed to like stick them in other buildings. This creates what they call multi-use. Yeah, say it with me now. So we're gonna put this little pizza shop on the corner that I've been kind of itching to use. I've got to use it 1 or 2 times. But the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clear some space for our industrial area to kind of expand out. One thing I wanted to put back here was a cargo station. I've been waiting to use this asset literally since I started the series. It's an elevated cargo station. It's bricky, it's old school, and it's gonna look really dope in the cinematic kind of next to this highway. It kind of frames the city a little bit. You gotta believe me, I've seen the future. The next thing we're going to do is our train station. This is going to be a bit of an undertaking, so some of this will be time-lapse. I'm going to start with a ploppable, it's not a ploppable surface. It is just a surface. Ploppable surfaces are all skinny. This is, you see, it's kind of got like some weight to it. So that's why I wanted to use this on this side. And basically, we're closing up this one side. It's no longer a open station like that. There's going to be something on top of this. So we're going to stretch this out, make sure it's in the center, and we're using PO for anybody just tuning in that hasn't seen me go absolutely PO crazy over the last few episodes. And we're gonna just make this one piece. Now, what I don't want to do is put it all the way over the stairs because you would bonk your head super hard. Lawsuits again. Who you suing? Us? We ain't got it. Well, we got it right now. Actually, I've been running my bag up because I've been detailing with the game on off pause. I usually detail on pause because I don't want things to some unforeseen shenanigans. But we've been doing good lately, so. And that lets me know my city is humming along. If I can go detail for 3 or 4 hours and everything's, we don't even have a fire going on, I know we're doing good. So you can see I kind of used a second piece there to kind of create that enclosed feeling like you're walking up from underground. And I'm going to use this stoop prop. It's one of my favorite props. It's on the asset workshop. It's just called stoop. And we're going to make like a little step up. So if you're walking from the street, you can go down into the station or you can step up onto this kind of little courtyard area and you'll see what we put. Look at these. Hold on. Got to get that the right color. Got to blend them things in. Yeah, see? That's more of like a stone kind of cement vibe right there. So we're going to put one on the other side as well. Spin the block and there we go. And on this side right here, I'm going to use these, and somebody already asked me about this on my Instagram. These surfaces, they're just surfaces. They're just ploppable glass. That's all it is. They're hard to find if you go looking for, if you go looking for glass as the keyword, because it's actually in a pack with some grass, that cement thing over there. So just look up surfaces, scroll down by half. Man, let me just put the page up right quick so y'all can see what it look like. That thing there. Do that. Anyway, we're using some of those to make this other side, it's enclosed, but you can see down there. So, it gives us more of a square feeling. This is also going to give us a square feeling, this fountain that I'm using. And I have to use PO on the fountain because I think it's a unique building. I don't have the mod that allows multiple unique buildings. I probably should download it, but I'm low-key kind of lazy at stuff like that. And this building right here will serve as kind of like the main terminal for the whole hub. There's probably a few shops inside. It's not exactly needed. When you buy your ticket online, what do you need this for anymore? But anyway, let's get into a time lapse. Stick around. not even gonna hold you. That train station came out way better than I saw it in my mind. And that's low-key one of the reasons I don't really look things up. Because like if I'm just building the Tucson train station or something like that, then I feel like I'm coloring by numbers. But if I come up with the idea, I feel like I earned it a little bit more. And that's not knocking anybody's gameplay style. That's just me, yo. Also, I probably suck at rebuilding something that's in real life. I mean, I've never even tried it. I'm probably terrible. So I'm gonna do my thing. How about that? We're gonna lay out one of these industrial buildings right here across from our train station. This is working. This will give us some goods. I'm gonna lay out actually maybe one or two more of those assets, maybe one more working industrial assets, and the rest will be kind of commercial joints. This zone is really close to a tourism zone that we will build in maybe the next episode. It might be the next episode after that, but it's good to have those goods getting close. Those Beale Street assets suck up goods like they're going out of style, man. Like what is somebody needs to turn that the consumption rate, the demand rate on them Beale Street joints down, bro. Let's get into a time lapse while I be mad about it. That actually does it for this little small industrial kind of commercial district. It's called Ferris. Which Ferris? I don't know.
Bueller.
But we're going to put a little underground station, a metro station right here on the corner, and we're going to kind of turn it into the corner so people can walk directly. And we got to make sure the pathing lines up, though, because it'll be weird. They'll do like a weird little loop-de-loop before they walk downstairs, and I don't like that. And we're going to go ahead and connect up the lines. It's going to run past Union Station. And there's another little subway station that we stuck up there near Riverside that y'all might have saw in one of the time lapses. And we're just going to make sure this line goes to all these places. I'm going to do a little bit of tiny detailing, just adding kind of some bushes, maybe a kiosk or something when you kind of, wait, we need to take that one away. That don't look right. And I'm going to put like a little curve inside this. I'm also going to use some juniper trees as the trees. Matter of fact, we might as well just copy this one now that this one's basically done. Spin it around. And I'm going to use, like I said, juniper trees. We use those in our vineyard build. I don't use those a lot in this city, but I do like them. They're kind of fancy. I don't know why they would be on this side of the city, though. Nothing's really that fancy over here. We are going to put a really small note of residential painted lady houses right here. They're tucked into downtown. These people own these houses. Don't come over here talking about you developing. You're not doing none of that. They own these houses, man. Matter of fact, just back up off my grandma's porch before I call the police. can't listen to chill hop and lo-fi every day, man. We gotta switch it up. We gotta keep that tempo up. Like if you ain't dancing to that beat a little bit, man, you a hater with a voltage regulator. Don't play me. We're gonna go ahead and detail up at the front of our hospital, man. It's a little ashy. We need to put some coconut oil on this situation, some baby oil or something. So we're gonna go ahead and use some of our curbs and some of our white retaining walls that I never really get to use. Just a couple of assets to make the hospital feel more hospitally. I have to keep my eye on my prop usage. I'll be going insane sometimes, so I have to kind of keep it chilled. This is an example of a chilled detailing for me. I'm gonna add in a couple of more of our buildings where I see a few empty spots. Y'all know how I feel about them spots. Like this spot right here, but instead of putting some buildings back there, I said, yo, let's build a little park. You can come shoot some hoops. You can come play chess. You can come listen to this Rick James soundtrack. And right now we're moving to, this is like right on the edge of the city, running off that main avenue. This avenue runs to the side of our old town. We're gonna put this giant slaughterhouse asset. This will make up like the largest thing in the Temple District. The Temple District is kind of run down. It's a little industrial, a little bit of residential, but it's not like the best place to be. You will get stabbed up. You walk around there at the wrong time. It happens. It will happen to you. So you can see I doubled it up. I really wanted to have like a bigger imprint. I wanted you to have to drive by it for like a block before you get into the city. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot of slaughter going on in that slaughterhouse. It's almost too much. Peter and them gonna be down there in a minute. Gonna make sure this is lined up. And this is the building I was saying that was gonna sit on top of the rail line. That's why I didn't want to worry about detailing the whole thing or putting retaining walls around the whole thing, because I knew this ginormous building was gonna sit on top of it. Before we get into our main detailing time lapse, let's just go ahead and hyper build out this neighborhood. I mean, I've already used all these buildings. Look, warehouse, building, parking lot road, folk, people, stuff, music.
98.5 City Sounds, where we take a song and play it till you like it.
You know, young rich niggas. You know, so we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking on cooking the hot pot. Cooking, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. Hey. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get gang. Grab me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. All set. Records on records, got backers on backers. I'm riding around in a cool. I take your beat right from you. Bitch, I'm a dog. Beat the whole walls loose. Hop in the fall. I tell that bitch to come for me. I swear these niggas is under me. The hate and the devil keep jumping me. Back rows on me, keep me company. Hey, we did the most, yeah. Pull up and goes, yeah. My diamond's a choker. Holding up fire with no holster. With the ruler, diamond cooler. This a roller, not a mule. Dabbing on them like the usual. Magic with the brick do voodoo. Magic. Courtside with a bad bitch. Then I send the bitch through Uber. Go. I'm young and rich and plus I'm bougie. I'm not stupid, so I keep the oozing. Records on records, got backers on backers, so my money making my back ache. You niggas got a low act rate. We from the north, yeah, that way. That cookie blunt in the ashtray. Two bitches just national smash day. Hop in the limb, have a drag race. I let them birds take a bath. Raindrop, drop top, smoking on cooking the hot pot. Cooking, fucking on your bitch, yeah, dot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get gang. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.
Hold, fold, dropping muddy out of space. Kid, cut, drink, introduce me to your bitch's wifey, and we know she slutty. Broke a brick down, nutty, buddy, now that nigga ducky. Don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco bad and bougie. I'm always hanging with shooters. Might be posted somewhere secluded.
We downtown this weekend live, remote, y'all know. Friday, we'll be at the Union Square all afternoons. Saturday, we pulling up in Temple at the United Warehouse Glow Party jumping off. And Sunday, we visiting the kids at the Children's Hospital. It's the hometown station, 98.5 City Sounds.
As I was flying around while I was detailing, I saw a few spots that need to kind of be filled in, a couple of places where I think I got lazy. So we're gonna take our time and make sure all of this is this is a funny shape, yo. Like the spot with this triangle building is a funny shape. I think I'm gonna build a dope, like a atrium kind of plaza in the back of those buildings. And there's a few other spots in between buildings that I know I need to fill in with at least something, even if it's parking lots, water tower, trash can, something. I don't want a lot of empty spaces. And this is a funny little spot, so I'm gonna fuse these two buildings together. That building's way too big, need something skinnier. I think I got some skinny buildings in the cut. There we go, skinny building. Also, you wouldn't have seen me do this, but I actually stuck this little bitty NYC subway building inside of this other building that kind of looks just like it. I don't want to overuse that NYC building, and it was too small for that corner. This last spot, we're just gonna make a little natural park. You can't walk through, it's just nature in the city. Man, look at that shot, man. Hey, this is why I play the game, yo. That shot giving me movie trailer right now. Somewhere in the city, a man fights for justice and all that, right? I don't know the rest of the trailer, but that's what it's giving right now. Also, for today, I picked a new song for the cinematics. Y'all better keep up. This the county. Hey man, it ain't nothing else to say, yo. Like, comment, subscribe. If you wanna watch City Skylines videos that you can do yoga to and put your baby to sleep, go watch them boys. If you wanna turn up and have fun, you wanna have some laughs, you come to Viridian County. I'm Red Kool-Aid. I see y'all next time.